Hi guys, my name's Ellie, welcome to my channel, and today we are doing our monthly update on Project Use It Up. I don't have the best progress in a lot of these this month, so I'm sorry about that. I should have footage of where they were at the beginning of the month, so it should be a little bit more visible, but these are almost entirely cream products, and I've been using a foundation, which is almost done, that doesn't do well with things, like anything applied with a sponge over it. It's the Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation, and it's self-setting, so once it sets, if you try and go over it, like if you tried to build more foundation, I've had the habit of it patching, so I was a little worried about these, and I just kind of forgot that I could pick most of these up with a brush. I've been focusing on some other powder projects. I'll put the link up there so you can see some good progress to my 18 and 2018, but let's get into it. Let's start with Bobbi Brown. This is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I have not used this, so I still have that little, like, maybe a usage left, which I will try to use up this month. Just put it somewhere. Another thing, I've worn this once or twice, but not, like, for the whole day, just an application here and there. This is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche in Radish. I still have some left. Still very pretty. Still smells nice. Still a very pigmented color. I've just been like putting it on or layering it with other stuff when I get home at night, and it just doesn't take that much product because it is very, very pigmented. Then we'll get into Colourpop. So first thing, this is the Prance. This is Prance. I should have been telling you, here's where I was. We're going to start that. Here's where I was. Here's where I am. As you can see, it doesn't take much product to use this, and I haven't been using it in my waterline too often just because I didn't want to do like a double shock of fresh gray hair and blue color. And we had corporate visiting. I feel like we always have corporate visiting, and it's a different person each time. And I started asking, being like, who's that? Who the fuck is that? They're like, oh, that's blah blah. I'm like, oh, so that's part of the hierarchy that I had no idea we had. Cool. Corporate's confusing. They seem all friendly and nice, though, so they've been good visits. It's just like, but corporate was just here. Well, that was blah 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 from this division. This is blah 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 from this other division doing this other thing. And I'm like, I need a tree. I need like a tree of who does what and who's in charge of who to understand how scared I should be of random corporate person. But they've been nice, so I try to be a little extra neutral and a little extra formal when they tell me corporate's going to be there, even though it hasn't been a problem yet. Anyway, so now we're getting into the Colourpop stuff. One I know I didn't use, so here's where I was, which is probably the same as where I am. This is Rain. This is one of the ones I really need to start using with a sponge, and I didn't think that was going to work well with the foundation I'm using, so when I get the new foundation to test once that one's done, we'll bring this one back in. The other one that I think I need to start using with a sponge, here's where I was. I've tried it with the brush and it just really isn't picking up. Here's where I am. This is Thames. It's just, I think it just needs that extra moisture. And again, with the foundation I was using, it's not a great idea. So, now we have Colourpop Holiday. Here's where I was. And here's where I am. This one does pick up pretty nice with the brush. I've used it a couple times this month, just when I wanted a warmer look than the other blush that's a powder that I'm panning. It's very pretty. It's very, very pretty. Choo-choo. And then this is Colourpop Yummy Cookies from the Hello Kitty collection. Here's where I was. It's probably pretty similar. I've used this a couple times, but I don't think, like, I have that itty bitty crack that's starting to be pan, but I don't have like pan, and it is very pretty. This one is still plenty creamy and very reflective. That's very pretty. Shoop, shoop. but as you can see it does leave a bit of color underneath, so I tend to wear that on days that I'm pretty bronzed. And the last thing, which is something I think I forgot to mention last time, is the Sigma lip switch in Flip Flop. I have moved down that much since I marked it. No, I did mark it last month. Okay, so I didn't mark it initially, and then I marked it there last month, and this is this month. I've been putting this on in the mornings, just with whatever, but as you can see, if you can see, you can't see very well. The brush doesn't reach all the way down, so we're going to start having a problem with that soon. We'll see what my plan is for that, because I have several of these, and I need to use them up because they're nice, and they're not nearly as reflective as they look in the tube. It's more like a neutrally orange base with a little bit of shine and a little bit of shift, whereas like in the tube you can't see it, but it looks, yeah, it looks like it's got like a strong green and strong purple shift, and it just doesn't show up on the lip that much, but it is a nice formula, so I'm going to use it up. So, hopefully that was good for you guys. Follow the link to the 18 in 2018 because I have better progress in that video if you really wanted to see some stuff making changes. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.